right here on, because it's raining and storming. So the next 2-3 minutes, but I just want you all to come on. Let's talk about an issue. Do I keep seeing a net or something? Y'all come on in. Come on in and close them doors. That's what y'all need to do. Come on in and tell a friend that the doc is on. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. I'm on both of them at the same time. I got to go, but I wanted to come and give you a video. It seems like whatever going on with me, it always start again at night. When I think everything all right, it comes back. Thank you over here on YouTube. Hey, Demadre. Now, I'm going to have to get out the comments because I'm streaming from both and still trying to catch up. Hey, Miss Christine. She got 2 devices, but she's still trying to catch up. Hey, Miss Rose. How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this Sunday evening? If you all is expected bad weather, be safe. Make sure that you have those radios on. In case the power go out, go ahead and charge those phones up so you'll know it's supposed to hit the Alabama area tonight early in the morning. And then it's supposed to get to us tomorrow sometimes around 2. They don't know. I tell y'all all the time, news forecasters, they can tell you what they're seeing, but don't nobody know but the man himself. Okay, let's get into it. I asked you a question. Is mental illness playing a role in all of these things that are going on? Or are people trying to put it on mental illness and they know it's not really mental illness? Hey, Miss Monica, let me tell you where I'm going with it so y'all know. Hey, Miss Charlene and Miss Eva over on YouTube. How y'all doing? I would say this. We're covering the story is going on. All right, Madre, y'all be safe. Hey, Miss Robertson. Hey, Frazier. Thank y'all for sharing. Listen, there's a lot of things going out. Till and I, we looked at a video. We're looking at videos kind of all day. But let me just be a little bit transparent to you all. And I'll tell you all, we'll tell y'all later what's going on. Yes, and yes. I'm in Georgia, Frazier. So you're supposed to hit Georgia tomorrow. Hey, Miss India. I'm just going to say, first of all, I have been sick. Till has been sick. But also, Till and I have been going to court. Are you and Till in trouble, Doc? Of course not. We're not in trouble. We haven't done anything. But I am of the mindset of a person that I believe that if someone have wronged you, have did something to you, I am not a person that's going to go out. I'm not a hothead. I'm not going to say I wasn't one 20 years ago. But I thank God for coming in and changing that. So if somebody wronged you or something belongs to you or whatever, the thing that I know to do, you go get your lawyer. And once you get your lawyer, you let the lawyer fight for you. You don't have to necessarily do it yourself. Sometimes Mr. Power step with his mouth. Go in silence. Get your lawyer and handle your business. And I don't tell the same stuff I tell y'all. I tell you the same thing. The thing about it is, I don't have to be that old to have been through experiences. And I have been through experiences, and I thank God for taking me through them. So that's what we have been going to a lot of court dates and everything. They're about to wrap up. And you all know Till father died along with my sister. Till father and mother had a lot of, he was remarried. I couldn't let Tia walk away from anything that was hers. I can't never do that. I ain't never let nobody do that. Even when the person wants to walk away, I let it go. She was having a conversation. Hey, brother, how you doing? Catering my way. She talked to my mother about it. And the only thing my mother said, do what your father say. Don't let everybody taking everything from you. Because Tia is like my mother. There are no confrontational people. I don't like to be confrontational, but I'll get back with you if I have to. I just will. If I'm in a day and I'm on it, child, I'll go back with you back and forth all day long. What I tell you? Let me have a day I ain't got nothing to do. Somebody get on these messages. I go back and forth with them all day. And when Tia come, what you do? Oh, child, I've been going back and forth all day. I'm off the day, ain't got nothing to do. Let's do it. Let's have it. And I'm laughing the whole time, and they're mad. And once we finish our exchange, now you're blocked. I'm not gonna block you when we going back. No, Because see, one thing about it is I ain't no fool. I know to write out here, and I wouldn't know what not to write. That's one thing. But I'm going to tell you how I feel, and you ain't going to walk over me. I'm nobody's doormat, never been, and ain't never going to be. And that's what I'm trying to teach Tia. If she close her mouth and follow what I say, everything will be all right for Tia. But Tia have to be, like a student, rebellious. And it happens later for her. And still, if she had to close her mouth, did exactly what the doc said, we could be unwrapped up a lot of things. I tell my mom, I said, Mom, if you listen to me a lot, we wouldn't be in so many chokeholds. We could be unfinished with what we don't start. But again, that don't always happen. Now, I just want to say that. So that's what kind of has been going on. I'm swamped. I am stretched thin. And I really am. I am stretched so thin. I thought I was going to have up some more stuff because one person can't do it all. So I said that to say this. I feel the same way about all of you all that I always have. I know there's times that I've had to break away and to contact you all. I know that there's somebody been emailing to you for the last inboxing us for 3 days asking me to call. I will promise you, I will try to call you this week. I am just extremely busy. I really am. I take care of my mother 75% of the time. I have a sister that helps or whatever, but she works out of town. We both have to keep working. Because, if I got anything to do with it, ain't nobody going to live off my mama. We're going to work because there's nothing wrong with us. So we have to take turns. She had to go to work today. I was feeling bad. I still had to go take care of my mother. I just do. As long as I got breath in my back, I ain't never going to apologize for that. And I tell God, my mother is not a burden to me. Ain't nothing I do and no elderly people I help is a burden to me. They mad at me because they haven't seen me, but my mother hasn't been feeling well. And so I don't just come in bed. She hasn't. She hasn't been feeling well. She was feeling better today, right, Tia? And Tia goes with me. Tia goes to see my mother, check on her too. I thank God for Tia. I really do. Because sometimes your blood don't have to be blood when it comes to love and care about you. Okay, now, just want to be a little transparent to tell you all some of the things that's going on because I know y'all worry about us. I know y'all especially worry about me. And this is a rough time for me. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not going to act like, all is well. I am sick. I have this upper respiratory. We can't hardly get rid of it. It is bothering my asthma. Rain is here. It's cool one day and it's hot the next. It's been a whirlwind. I didn't tell you all, but y'all didn't see us a lot on the cruise because I was in the room in the bed. That's just how my body was run down. And then the next, 20 minutes, he'll go down the hall for some. And then when I wake up, Till over there asleep. Because she was exhausted and tired. So there's a lot of things go behind the scene that we know don't neglect you all. But I just don't come out and say it. A story time is coming on it to let people, know you ain't got to sit back. I don't care what nobody tell you. Anybody can tell you anything. Anybody can go out and say, oh, I'm going to have this. I'm going to be the owner. But no. Things don't work like that. It's so sad. A lot of people do. And a lot of people are contacting me about things. When there's not a will, I don't care who it is. That doesn't mean that the spouse, the children, or anybody going to get everything if a will is not there. It doesn't. No. In order to get money, you got to spend money. And you can't be scared to spend it. Now, that's one thing Tia was not afraid of. She wasn't afraid of getting a lawyer and retaining it. And I told her, if you need my help, I'll help you. Because, see, we help each other. Me and Tia family. She ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere until the Lord take it. She ain't going nowhere. I mean, she ain't. I ain't holding her now. If Tia want to get married tomorrow, Tia can get. I ain't holding. Let me turn my phone off and ring, y'all. So let me silence it over here. I told her last night, I said, girl, every time you call me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But okay, let me get into the, because like I said, I won't be with you long. But some people have been asking, some people who care about us. Miss Kathy, she cares about us. Miss Alyssa do, Miss Monica, so many people I shouldn't even start calling names. And they wonder, are y'all okay? I know Miss Kathy sent up something. Are y'all okay? We never said, but Miss Kathy felt like something was wrong, but that's what has been going on. Hopefully, remind me to text somebody. He said he'll be at Mama's house in the morning. I need to tell him that Wright's there. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mama country. I'm sorry. And then I'm handling that, but it's about that part is about over. Then we start with something else. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the mental illness in the little girl. I don't call people names. I'm not gonna start calling tonight. It's a video out. It's over on YouTube. I can't remember who had it, but it was like they were saying that the guy girlfriend is the one that actually turned him in, but her sister seemed like she came out and said that a lot of people she been in threats, people been calling and all of these things or whatever. To my knowledge, she never erased anything. She called the authorities and she led the authorities to know that he was over in Columbus, Ohio. That's great. It's wonderful. So, I'm not sure why people would be threatening, but you know how when people get a little bit of this and they go forward with it. Well, someone sent us a video to where this guy was the same guy who, is supposed to be her biological father. It was 219. It's like he did a video crying out for help. And then somebody sent me something and said, Doc, could it have been mental illness that do this? I don't know. Because, and I don't know the whole story. Believe me, y'all don't either. There's a lot of things they're not telling the news. Mainstream media is not even running it. So we don't know unless it leaks and somebody tells it. That's how things get out. It leaks out. That's how this supposed girlfriend address and everything she has, it has leaked out. She's supposed to have a child with him, but she has other kids. See, you can get mad about this social media stuff, but when you start giving people addresses out and they got kids, you ain't gonna think that those kids could be harmed, that this could, do something to those kids. See, that's the thing. Ain't nobody thinking. So, we looked at it, we reviewed it, and he was just, crying out for. He was saying like crying out for help. Well, that was 219. Why nobody didn't see to him getting any help? And then you hear one story about where this girl at, where is not. The way the story has been told to me, the child never went with her mother. So that means she never stayed with her mother. She was always, I guess, whoever this godmother is, and and everybody want to know her name. Why that's important? I don't get that. Why you got to know who the godmother is? But somebody in her family spoke out on her behalf or whatever. Anytime somebody comes in and get a child when they need them, it's blessed. Now, I don't know if the grandmother abused that child. I don't know that. Some of you all say you do, and that's fine. I have no problem with it. But we looked at it, seemed like he was, crying out for help. But the only thing I have a problem with is if that's it, why would you, pray on her, be around her? It appears that it was planned. I don't know if it was, but it appears that way. And then if you had to do all of that, why was it so violent? If that's really what happened, why did hands have to be cut off? Why did throats had to be almost nearly, your head almost really had to be off your neck? Why is all of that with a child that's biologically yours? Okay. Some people say that the child is not how her mother sings, that the child gets an attitudes or whatever. What child you know that don't get an attitude? Tell me that. What child? What child? Do y'all know any? They don't get an attitude. That don't talk back a little. Well, I don't know none. I don't. Children in this day and time is a little bit more difficult to raise. What you mean, Doc? Well, I just want you all. I told you all there was a story about three teenage girls that went after their mothers with a knife because she turned off the Wi-Fi. And they pushed the 70-year-old grandmother down. That's what the report says. Why are we so entitled that we feel like that Wi-Fi is entitled to us, that we have to take on this bill? We take on the bill that we have with Wi-Fi, cable, and all this other stuff or whatever, direct TV. We take on that because we don't have other outlets. It comes a time till like look at cooking show and she turns it on. Okay, well, we don't do nothing else. We choose to pay that. Yeah, we streaming through what roll call. We streaming through Disney and some other thing. But we don't do anything else. So why not? I mean, so when you start thinking about Wi-Fi and you're gonna harm mother for that, that's almost a little bit of entitlement. And they was arrested, and as they should have been arrested. See, there's too many mothers taking behind whippings from their children. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care how y'all get mad. That is happening. So, what was wrong with them? Did they have any mental issues? Because they couldn't get on the Wi-Fi? What's wrong with them? We have been sitting here, and the Wi-Fi have kicked till off, and she looks at me and said, "Why?" Without even saying why, but she give me a nasty look and said, "Why?" Tia, I ain't default. I'm for AT&T. I don't know. You have to call next them. But Tia didn't come out there with a knife because Wi-Fi went on. I said, use the data on the phone. All our stuff is together. That's all she got to use the data on the phone. But I understand Wi-Fi runs more. But what I'm saying is that a mental issue. See, everybody want to say everything is mental. Was it mental when that woman and that stepfather boyfriend took that little boy to the hospital and he left immediately and she stayed until they find out the police was going to be called because bruises was everywhere and ultimately he is not here anymore because of that? Was that mental issues? See, everybody want to play that card, and I honestly feel they're going to try to play that card. But that 219, you ain't got no help. We 225. I will be. Especially, yes. Different kind of breed, Miss Monica. Say, Miss Monica, and they are. And you cannot raise children like we was raising me. You just can't. You just can't. Now, everybody is complaining because the little girl was 13 and she was left home. I told y'all I wouldn't have a child. And I was working at night, especially a teenage girl, and she at home by herself. I wouldn't take a job like that. And people say you don't have no choice. Yes, I do, because I believe in the Father. I believe in the Master. He said the only thing you do, knock, and I answer. You have not because you ask not. A man don't work, won't eat, but God will put you in a position like that. And sometimes you have to think about it. What's better, the safety of your child? I mean, you really have to think about these things. And again, we're so trusting. I'm not going to beat my child, and I ain't going to sit back and let a man of mine beat mine. It doesn't make any sense. Now, yes, CPS services have been called. See, y'all think CPS services uh, is a god out here. No, they're not. They people. They people that could be doing the same thing. And if they people and they're doing the same thing, what's that? What is that, dog? If they're people and they're doing absolutely the same thing, that means that, what the Bible say. Trust no man. Come on now. Are y'all still there? Don't the Bible say that? Trust no man. See, so I said all that to say this. Every man always mental disorder. Remember, I told y'all I'm really busy. I can't answer just is this mental disorder. I'm gonna have to come out and give a whole live on it. That's why I did it on both platforms. Because everybody wanna know if it's a mental disorder. Not necessarily. And if you harm somebody and you got a whole girlfriend, why are you gonna do this to your 13-year-old? And a lot of stuff that grandmother said in that interview didn't make sense to me. Why did you have to say 13, she's a virgin and she don't like boys? Why? A lot of stuff folk be saying, I don't get it. I said, why did they say that? God will supply all your needs. Come through, Miss Catherine. I got some readers. He will. God will supply all your needs. And you don't have to sit back and beg for it. He'll give it to you. Like I said, God is a gentleman. He'll knock. And if you don't answer him, he'll go right on. He don't force himself on you. But when you're raising children, and the mother says she's supposed to get the children back, we don't know if that's true. They said that, the grandmother said she had started stealing, she doing this or whatever. Let me tell you, typical teenager stuff. The girls ran after their mama because she don't gave them everything. You got to be careful giving these children everything. You're ruining them. You're ruining them. You really are. I could take this story and put it right over there with the pastor. A lot of folks, I understand about y'all Bible totals. I understand. I understand that some of y'all don't like what Dr. Lisa have said. I do understand that. I understand that y'all love Marvin Sapp and all this other stuff. And I do understand that I did look at the whole video. Yeah, I saw the other man asking for that $800 and $500, which to me was very crazy. But I hear him tell them to lock the door. And again, he really never said lock the door. He never did. He just forcefully said close them doors. That's what he said. You can't backtrack that because let me tell you something. And I uploaded this on YouTube. Leandria, she may have her problems. Leandria Johnson. She may have her problems and they ain't gonna kill her. The whole family knows a lot of secrets. I come through Miss Diane. Miss Diane, I do too. See, that's who hold the secrets and the lies and the horrors within those families. You and I wouldn't know we ain't a part of it. And if she was with this godmother so many, why did she go with the mother? And a lot of mothers are raising these kids, but they raise their own. What's wrong with this? See, now if we get down and dissect it, if my mama didn't raise me and I had a daughter, you think I'm going to let her raise her? No. No. Because it begins to be a cycle of abuse, lies, and horror. I'm sorry, but it does. And I don't know who's trying to make this family perfect because they're not. But when they start talking about transferring that body to a whole nother church, I told Till, I said, oh shit, the truth finna come out now. She said, well, and I had just, just in a talk, I did say that. She looked at me. I said, I try not to say those things, but some stuff finna come out now. And so then I kept looking at me because I want to know why. Well, somebody came out and said whoever was over that body or whatever did some things to some young men in a church, and he been, you start to find a lot of stuff, and sometimes people do not want to see what's right in front of their face. People want to say he's a man of God. They don't put their mouth on the man of God. Well, you put your mouth on the man of woman either. If it's a woman of God, what you put in her God is love. Sometimes when parents get their children everything, sometimes you're a created monster. Yes, you do, Miss Monica. Hello, close them doors. That's exactly what he said. But when we're talking about cases like this, so many cases. See, it's some cases that people ain't even reported. I told y'all the case about the 3-year-old autism girl that was not verbal, that the 41-year-old woman was going with the man off and on. She was mad with him, and she unalived his daughter. We are so comfortable with people being our children. And then we come out and we say, oh no. And then we want to be at the perfect parent. Ain't no perfect parent. We imperfect people. We're imperfect people and we're going to make mistakes every day. That's just how it is. Now, do I think Marvin made a mistake? No. Do other preachers before him asking for them 5 No, I don't. But this is the thing that people don't understand. And you can put them, you can really put it all together. A lot of lies and theories. I spoke about Leandra, and y'all said she don't forgot. No, I did not. Leandra, she has a problem. She has an issue. We all have problems and issues that we need to solve. Addiction is hard on who you are. When you have an addiction, you strive every day not to go back. Okay? So I'm not going to judge her harshly than I would judge anybody else. But I read to where a lady was in her church, or I don't know, was she there at the church she was speaking of, whatever. But the lady lights was about to go out. And she said, Leona told the congregation, this is a single mother. She about to lose her lights. If anybody can help her, y'all come down and bless her. She said her hand never touched the money. The people gave it to her. And when it was over, Andrew asked her in front of everybody, ma'am, do you have enough to keep your lights for you and your kids? And she said, yes, ma'am, I do. And thank you, Jesus. She said she'll never forget her. Because they didn't never have to go in a back room and count no money, come out and write that woman a check. Every dime they gave went to her. Now I want y'all to tell me how many ministries like that. How many ministries where that money come directly to you from my hand to yours? How many? See, so my thing is something I look. It ain't just him. I told you I ain't just talking about him. I'm talking about all of them. I told y'all, I know some folk who said they were down on their luck. And they decided to go into preaching. And they practice every Saturday at the pulpit. That made a pulpit. I'm just telling you. You should put your mouth on God. People aren't trustworthy. They are not. Show me. And then I'm going to close. When you're in a church and you see the head and all the leaderships in there, they're going up. You can see that their life is improving. They're buying jets and elevators and homes. They're buying yachts and everything else in the sun. They're going to Italy and Greece for 4 to 8 weeks. And then they're going to go over here to South Africa for another 8, okay? And when they get there, the person going to come now and they're going to pick them up in them limos and stuff. They're going to be at the nicest place they can possibly be in those particular places. But you back here at the church and you eat black beans every night. Ain't nothing wrong with black beans. So come in my inbox with that. But you're eating because you have no choice. But they are being elevated. They said when it tripled to the top, don't it supposed to go down? When I'm going to start living from night bill to light bill? When I'm going to get a breather to be able to buy me another dress and I wear them same 3 dresses to church and my children wearing them same 5 outfits, but I keep them ironed and ready to go. The damn elevators. Damn elevators going to the 5th floor of their house and they ain't got but a ranch style and proud of it. See, when you start thinking about it like that, them $20 become good. I ain't giving nobody my last $20. Okay. If I know I need to get backwards and forth and put gas on, I ain't giving nobody my $20. Okay. And y'all shouldn't either. When I raised my daughter, my sister took care of her while I worked, and she was strict like me, and nobody couldn't keep my child. Come through, Miss Cynthia. I told Tia that nobody kept us but my auntie Betty and my mama. Nobody else. My father told my mom, if they can't keep them, you will not work. I will provide and you'll stay in the home. And when my father retired from the military, he opened our own business. And that's where we worked in my mother. That's one thing. And work. I can work. See, you ain't got to give me nothing. I ain't got to beg for nothing. Because first of all, I ain't going to trust nobody but the Father. And second of all, God ain't never left me. They act like I'm on reception. Yeah, them houses, yeah, holding them houses. Yeah, exactly. For them president. And people say he didn't hold them houses. Now, Tia told me, hey, Miss Diane, girl, I've been thinking about you. Uh, like Tia said, why do you want me to go to church, Doc? I even want him to go to jail. I said, I'm not sure about that. Unless some people call it hostage, he didn't really hold them hostage. So the jail thing, I said, okay, that's just somebody stirring the pot. But when somebody, and they say lock the door. But if you're anywhere, excuse me, if you're somewhere and somebody won't let you out and they lock the door, that is a form of kidnapping. You can press charges. If they're holding you against your will and they lock the door and block it so you can't won't let you unlock it, it is against the law. He didn't do that. He told them to lock, the door. He never said lock, he said close. But basically, your perception and my perception could be two different things. And now back to the little girl. She would have been 14 on Friday. And they have moved her body from wherever it's supposed to be. It has went to another place. Because it's coming out that this man that was supposed to be a man of God will go around messing with the folks in the church house. See, that's one thing about stories. You if you keep digging, you're gonna find something. Hey, Miss McGee, Doc, you're absolutely right about giving what you can afford. My grandmother, my godmother gives her last to the church, and people then doesn't have food. Yeah, they do. See, so when people start talking about he didn't make them, they get you to chokehold and get a guilt trip. You go in that pocketbook and give them your last money. I ain't get them nothing. I don't. I didn't look. Child, we been there. It was past anniversary. She said, dog. What you been for past anniversary? I said, absolutely nothing. She said, huh? I said, absolutely nothing. I went in on all that chicken and bought that. If that ain't enough, I ain't got no more for them. I ain't got no more money. And Tia just looked at me and dropped her head. And I guess she said, I'm not going to be asking her nothing else. Me and the assistant secretary went together and bought all that chicken. And then they want to double it. If you going to double the pizza, you going to put the rest of the money in there. Why you buying all the extra chicken so y'all can take it and fix all the plates before the other folks really get a chance to eat and carry it out the back door? Not on my dime. Not on my hands. One thing I ain't is a fool. And one thing I do, I am a giver. I will give the church. You don't have to tell me to give. But baby, they start standing up there and they got them Rolexes and all that stuff on, and they got them private jets and limousines and all that stuff. And the doc ain't riding it one. Baby, I ain't finna help you keep riding it. I'm not. I'm gonna give exactly what the Lord said to give. And he ain't said give all. And be fearful. Miss Diane ain't getting a notification. You gotta notify you. I've been thinking about you as well. We're gonna talk. Yeah, Miss Cynthia, me and you, we agree on a lot. We really do. Now, before I close, and we ain't talking about this case, I'm sure, until the little girl is, laid to rest. But Tia put a post out about her. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care what nobody tell you, me or anybody else. We supposed to forgive because forgiveness for us. But when folk hurt you and folks have done you wrong, it's hard to do that. It's hard. I know what we're supposed to do. But let's be honest. It ain't that easy. When people have used you and abused you and forgot all about you, it's hard for you to just say, okay, I forgive them. And you know they don't mean it. Because a lot of people who ask for forgiveness, they don't mean it. They don't mean nothing they saying. They are waiting for their next chance. They are. So I try to, and I ain't there yet either. I ain't there. It's about 2, 3 fold. I know I need to forgive, and I ain't stunned. I really ain't. But the reason why I say forgiveness and forgive, because forgiveness is actually for you, not the other person. It's to clear your heart. But is it easy, dog? No, absolutely not. When somebody don't hurt you, you know, I tell her all the time, she tell me, I said, I got to try to forget that ex-husband. She said, Doc, you really doing, please don't start on today. Because when I get started, I can't hardly stop. And I know he wouldn't be happy about none of it. That only thing, I mean, he wouldn't be sorry about none of it. None of it. He'll be happy because he think he making a fool out of me because I forgave him. Yeah. But when people harm and hurt you, hey, they and they tell you, oh, sorry. They don't mean it. They don't mean it. Because they never would have did it to you. And I want y'all to look at that YouTube video. The only thing they say, I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't mad at stopping nobody else. Because you know what? I never would have paid it. I wouldn't. What that man, that beat knuckle man say, hell no to the no, 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 whatever his name. They were big walk out of Florida, I believe. He died, he was a preacher. He was on that bicycle with that white suit on, saying, no, hell no, 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 no. Hell no to the no, no, no. I'm not giving these people my money. I'm not giving these people my mortgage. I'm not giving these people none of my money that I need. $20, and I know this $20 gotta take me to Friday. I'm gonna keep $20. I don't know about y'all, and I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do, but I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me and mine. And Till, I don't, since Till been with me, Till is learning. He looking too. Ain't nobody gonna get me like that no more, dog. Ain't nobody gonna make a fool out of Till. They should. When people know you're a giver, they'll use you. How many people you think be on here asking me to pay for this, for them to pay for this? And I said, how am I pay for? How am I pay you like Bill ain't paid mine? How we gonna do that? Cause I'm definitely gonna pay mine if I pay y'all. So how we gonna do that? I'm a giver, but I ain't no fool. I ain't never been no fool, and I ain't starting now. And I would tell y'all, I'm going to lead this to y'all. Don't you give everybody what you go to work and stand on and work hard for. Don't you give away. Because when you give it away, baby, let me tell you, sometimes y'all fixing and dressing these men and women up, and they giving it to the next man and woman. If you find Tom and Tom got a tooth missing, and Tom don't really wear them $300 and $400 suits you like. Keep Tom in them $100 suits, baby, and just fix them up and send them to the cleaners. And if he been wearing some of the shoe from the shoe department or whatever, just go and get a good shine on them and keep them with them. Don't you dare go down and start to get about statements and all the other kind. You keep him right down in it. Okay? Because see, ain't nobody looked at John before you came home. And now you with John, and now he gonna be out here flossing with your clothes and your money. I don't care if you got 5 cars, you ain't got no business getting John a key to him, and John ain't helped you got him. Why you know John ain't there to use you? Did God tell you your husband? He asked you to move in, he asked you to marry him. I stand on it. I stand on everything I said. John said, come and move in with me, Monica. You know, I want you to move in. But baby, I can't marry you. I had a bad marriage. Ooh, and that woman did this and she did that and she this and that. All these reasons why he can't marry you, Monica. Why are you going to close up your house? You go buy the U-Haul and move your stuff into his house. What's wrong with you, Miss Monica? Ain't nothing wrong with your house. He ain't asked you to marry. He asked you to move in with him. I ain't got to marry her. She don't move in with me. I just love the expression in your face. Miss Cynthia, I'm telling you, I've had to tell some young women that who have come to me for advice. Doc, I need to talk to you. Things is looking up for me. My baby daddy don't ask me to move in with him. What? Why would you move in with him? He just helped you get that apartment and furnished it. You was almost out on the street, you and this baby. Why would you move in with somebody and lose what you got? Well, he said he loved me and, I move in with him and I wouldn't have to worry about, the light bill and the water bill. I said, you don't pay water bill. It's in with the apartment. And the light bill like about $120. And your father is paying that. So why would you leave an unstable home and go move with a man and leaving your baby daddy? Now, what's wrong with you? If he wants you that bad, when he marry you? Oh, he ain't ready to get married, dog. He ain't ready to get married. He ain't ready to get married. But he wants you to uproot your baby and move in with him? Yes, ma'am. That's what he wants. Let me tell you something. I don't expect anything less from a 23, 24-year-old. But, baby, when somebody been finna be 48 this year, and she met a man, and the man told her to sell her house, her 6-year-old daughter, and come and move in with him, and it ain't the daddy, and you quit your job and do it, and now you almost homeless. What was the logic in that? He just loved me, but he didn't ask you to marry him. He said sell your house and move in with him. And now he treating you like the bottom of his shoe. Well, that's harsh of you, Doc. I said, no, it ain't. It's the truth. You was too old to be even into that. I understand. And maybe you were late. And maybe didn't nobody look at you till you got 40. And that's when you got a baby. I understand it. But I be damn. You had your own a great job. You quit your job. You gave them a 2 weeks notice. You dummy. Making over $140,000. And you gave them a 2 week notice. And went on up to move with somebody. And now oh, God help me, Lord. I don't even know how I got on that. And I'm finna get out of it too. I'm just saying. And that don't make sense. Miss Wanda, I don't care what nobody say. I ain't let my house go. I don't care. They can say he a millionaire. I ain't letting it go. Uh-uh. Well, he ain't ready for exactly. He not ready. Why would you move in? Why wouldn't you marry him? Why wouldn't you expect for him to marry you? Why y'all let men do you like that? Hey, Miss Joanne, baby. That's right. Miss Tammy said no way. They are never going to marry you exactly. Why you gonna marry the cat? You getting all the milk free. Y'all ain't not cohabitating like y'all married. And I know some folks ain't gonna like it, but you ought to listen. If some people listen to me, they wouldn't be in the positions that they get themselves into. They really would. You think I'm gonna go sell my house? That girl had 10 more years on that house. She sold that house and went up that street with a Jesus help me. She went up the street with a man that didn't even want the little girl to touch the table. She gonna touch the table. She gonna touch what now? And she gonna play with him all she want to. Yes, she my child. And you better not put your hands on her. You better not touch her. But see, I wouldn't be in that predicament. You know why? Because I would be in my house still. Some of these men, but like I said, I guess nobody look at her till she was older. And not somebody paying attention to you. Fool, they ain't paying no attention to you. Y'all sold that house and y'all don't spend that money. And now you treating you like a piece of dirt. Now, some women do that. Let me see. Somebody told us, hey, Miss Moore. Yeah, you better always keep your house. Hey, Miss Lynn, you better keep your house because ain't nobody else has promise to you. And when that's your house, that's your daughter can touch that table. But she can't touch the table. The daughter got to sit at the table and eat, and there were three of y'all there. Why she can't sit at the table with her as a family? Let me get out of there. I love y'all. And God loves you more. If anybody's in the way of the storms, y'all be careful. It's supposed to be a big storm. It's supposed to be some tornadoes. It's supposed to get a Georgia tomorrow. It's supposed to be in Alabama. We're praying for you. Y'all let us know how you're doing. I love you. God loves you more. I'm about to end both of the lives at the same time. Y'all, please set up some action. Miss Kathy, thank you for the stars. You always bless me with them. And several other people, I appreciate it. Thank you to Tia. Y'all don't have to do what you do. Y'all don't even have to click on and listen. But please follow my YouTube page. I am really trying to build that channel. I really do upload more videos over there now. If you would follow the page, we could be over there more. So come on, continue to support me. You all mean, Miss Sharon. I just went to both. I know sometimes the comments get crazy, but that's okay. I love you. God loves you more. Y'all, this is the Doc and Tia